Both President Donald Trump and Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden are going all out to reach voters, leaving nothing to chance with Election Day fast approaching. Joining me now on Skype to offer his analysis is Ramesh Ponnuru, visiting fellow at American Enterprise Institute. Ramesh, welcome back. Great to have you on the show again. Both President Trump and Joe Biden are in the key battleground state of Florida today, as we mentioned. Where do things stand for both candidates at this moment?
Well, thank you for having me. Florida is absolutely a critical state for President Trump's reelection. He won Michigan and Wisconsin in the 2016 election, but he could lose both of them and still win reelection. He can't lose Florida. Florida is a must-have for Donald Trump, practically speaking. And the race is quite tight there. A lot of the polls, if you average them out, they come to be about within 1 or 2 points of each other, Biden and Trump. So this is going to be a pretty closely fought state.
Yeah, and their leisure and hospitality industry has been hit hard by the coronavirus in Florida. But there are encouraging numbers out today for the U.S. economy as a whole. How do you think that news works into the president's advantage? And do you think that's something that he's likely to stress going forward?
Well, there is a strong economic recovery. We did have some very heartening numbers, but it's very uneven. And as you're suggesting, one of the problems we're having is that in the service industries of our economy, we still have a pretty deep problem, with the exception of that being healthcare. The retail side's doing well, hospitals doing well, but things like airlines, travel, hospitality, all of those things are really suffering. I think that the numbers are confirming what's going on in people's lives. And to the extent that people's economic conditions and what they feel in their bank accounts is affecting their votes, that's already baked in. And the number just generates a little bit more favorable news coverage. But I don't think that you're going to get much more oomph out of those numbers politically for President Trump. All through this crisis, President Trump's numbers on the economy have actually held up reasonably well, that people have not held him responsible for bad economic conditions. And to some extent, a lot of households have actually been insulated from some of the bad economic conditions.
Well, tomorrow, President Trump and Joe Biden, they both head back to the Midwest. Ramesh, what will you be on the lookout for when it comes to both sides?
Well, I think you want to know what are the closing themes that each candidate is emphasizing. In Biden's case, does he want to make the case for these allegedly transformative policies? Well, probably they would be transformative, whether good or ill. Or does he want to make the case, I'm not Donald Trump, just vote for me because you're sick of Donald Trump? In Trump's case, one question is, how disciplined a candidate is he going to be? Sometimes he can have a pretty tight focus. Toward the end of the 2016 campaign, he did. Sometimes he can kind of flip from post to post. I think that probably the most effective message for Trump now is to talk about the radicalism of the Democratic Party, how left wing it has gotten, not so much about Biden specifically, but about his party and its radicalism on economic issues, and especially on social issues like abortion and religious liberty. Sometimes Trump hits those notes very effectively. We'll see if he does in the next few days.
Okay, we'll leave it right there. Thank you so much, Ramesh. Ramesh Ponnuru, visiting fellow at American Enterprise Institute. Always appreciate your analysis. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.